This story happened on Monday, and I heard this part from my mother. A famous food truck in our city that is a part of a chain restaurant set up shop next to a pharmacy store to sell food for the day. There is a fast food restaurant across from the pharmacy that was not happy with the arrangement, so they called OSHA. OSHA could not allow them to sell the food, so the truck had to stop all sales. However, the truck couldn't take all the food back to the restaurant, so they had a dilemma. It just so happened that day some university students were at the pharmacy giving out shirts and checking people's blood pressure and blood glucose for free. The food truck had the idea to give all its food away for free to anyone until all their stock was gone, because giving away food is not selling it. Word spread around, and most people came to the food truck and the restaurant's parking lot was pretty empty. I got 3 plates for my sister and me to share. My wife and I had just driven 17 hours to our new state. We had to stay in a hotel and wanted to get some food for the night. I saw a Jack in the Box around the corner, so I figured I'd go grab us some food. We had to park the U-Haul truck nearly a mile away from the hotel because it was huge and also because it's in California. I didn't want to walk all the way to the truck just to not be able to fit in the drive-thru. So I walked over. It was late and the main storefront was closed, so I walked to the window. I said, "Hey, we just moved here and I have a moving truck, but it won't fit through the drive-thru." The lady says that she can't serve me without a car and I need to go back and get my U-Haul. I told her it wouldn't fit. We go back and forth. I'm even willing to pay double at this point. I try everything imaginable to avoid the ignorance of driving a U-Haul through a drive-thru that won't fit. Still, she says no. I go, "Okay, I'm gonna buy 100 tacos when I come back. Is that what you really want?" She didn't care. 30 minutes later, I make it back with the U-Haul. I drive it into the drive-thru, almost knocking down the height limit sign. People behind me were like, "WTF?" I explained the ignorance of the Jack in the Box, and they understood completely. I squeezed all the way to the ordering speaker and said, "Hey, it's me, I'm back, and I need 100 tacos." She was like, "You were serious?" Yeah, I was. I backed the truck out back to the parking lot and waited. There was a line backed up pretty far because they were not only making my stuff, but the U-Haul took up nearly every spot in the lot, almost blocking the drive-thru. After about 20 minutes they came out with my tacos. There were 3 big butt bags packed with tacos. One of them ripped open right when she walked out, and like 20 tacos spilled out, lol. I said I didn't want them anymore. Hell, I didn't even want a refund. She handed me the other 2 bags. I noticed there was a homeless guy out front. I gave him one of the bags of tacos and took the rest home. I wasn't necessarily proud of this moment, but if you've ever driven across the country and just wanted some food before bed, I feel like you might have done the same. I work security and retail in the main shopping street in the capital city. Most of my job involves watching people and making sure the queue is sensible. This happened last year around Christmas, so the shop was ridiculously busy. The queue was pretty big, but there was enough staff to keep it ticking over. This one guy, short, balding, massively disproportionate ego, waltzes into the shop. He breezes right by the queue and stands in front of the desk. I approach him and muster all of my politeness. "Excuse me sir, the queue is there," me pointing. "If you could join it, that would be." "No, I'm okay." He snaps at me. "Sir, you need to join the queue if you want to be served." "Whatever, I'm fine here." I look over to the manager, who has his face on. I give a dismissive wave to let him know I've got this. "Okay then sir, but you won't be served unless you join the queue or the queue goes." He snorts at this and turns away from me. I give a look to the manager and staff and they nod. One of the staff finishes with their customer and I see the person step forward. The staff ignores them and takes the next customer. It happens again. He's ignored again. The manager then tells him to join the queue. He ignores the manager. I think he may have muttered some racist comment, but we didn't hear him. By this time, more people have joined the queue. Over the next hour, the queue stays the same size, with more people joining as others are served. He stands there, absolutely seething as I continue monitoring the store. Every time I look in his direction he darts his eyes away, but I can feel the burning hatred on the back of my head. About 3 times the amount of people in the initial queue. Gave come and gone. Eventually the shop gets empty and the manager deals with him. Whatever request he was looking for is immediately refused by the manager and he stormed out. To this day, this man walks past my shop, slows down, stares in and mutters at me, sometimes shouting in. A couple of times he whistles in, and when I look he gives me the death stare and mutters something. Long time lurker, first time poster. English is my first language, but I'm Australian, so I use the term English broadly. Some quick backstory. I'm a customer service rep for a very large aged care service. My job is to help people navigate this labyrinth we call a company, so that they can hopefully speak with the right person on the first try. My calls can come from clients, their families, external business and even staff members on the odd occasion. Today's story is a small interaction with an RTO, registered training organization. We occasionally get calls from them looking to get placement for their students. The process is quite simple. Normally, they just need to call and speak with the relevant care facility directly. I would normally just ask a quick question or two to find out which facilities they are interested in and provide the relevant numbers. We have somewhere in the realm of 18 different facilities and it's pretty easy, just based on location, to narrow that number down to 2 or 3. My interaction with today's caller went as thus. It is worth mentioning that not once during all this did my sickeningly positive customer service attitude drop. Me, good morning. Welcome to X. My name is Rekka55. How can I help you today? RTO. Hi, I'm from RTO. I need to look at getting placement for my student. Me. That should be no problem at all. You will just need to call the individual facilities and check availability with them directly. May I ask you some quick questions so that I may narrow down the options for you? RTO. No, just give me the numbers. Me. Sir, I do not need much. I just need to know a rough location for the student so I can recommend the facilities nearby. RTO. Radio silence, about 5 seconds. A century in phone time. Me. Sir, are you still there? RTO. Just give me the numbers already. Me. So we have a large number of RTO /interrupts / I don't care. You're obviously not the person I need to speak to. Just give me the numbers already. Me. Doesn't break stride. No problem, sir. Do you have a paper and pen handy? RTO. Yes, go ahead. Me. Proceeds to give him just the names and numbers of each location in order of most obscure facility location / This can be extra confusing as all the facilities have weird names like Jacaranda or Cinnamon Court. 5 facilities in RTO. Okay then. Me. / keeps reading / 10 facilities in RTO. Wait, hold you. Me. / keeps reading / 15 facilities in RTO. Are you serious? Me. / keeps reading / all 18 facilities read out. Me. And that's the last one. You just need to call each of those individually and check their availability. Is there anything else I can help with today, sir? RTO. / sounding worn out / no. I think that's all. Me. Wonderful. Well, sir, you have a lovely day and thank you for calling X. Goodbye. Click. Moral of the story. When calling the customer service line, actually take a moment to listen to the rep. They can normally save you a lot of time. Follow up to 2 earlier posts, since they've been deleted unfortunately, but for those who remember the needed done by tomorrow, sure, but I need this done by tomorrow. Hope losing $25k dose, no it hurt too bad. Story. I ended up taking the call with the client this morning and going through the account build spreadsheet line by line with her on the phone because apparently she needed moral support to fill it out. Surprise surprise, the sales guy didn't see my message asking him to have her fill it out before the call. About an hour into the call, I ask her if she has time later in the day to go over my final build out of her account and if she can finish inputting the info in the next few hours. I had cleared my schedule to make room for this super urgent project, so I was open to her schedule. She replied that she was going out of town and wouldn't be back until next Thursday. Confused, I said, "Sales guy had told me you needed this installed on your website today, otherwise you won't be using our product. Is that accurate?" She then drops the bomb that no, what she had told him was that she wanted to get the ball rolling again and to see some progress by today. I was effing livid. I have 13 other accounts that already have provided all the necessary information and just needed a final call or approval to install. I moved all of those aside for this. Sales guy straight up lied to me and his boss to pass this account through so he would get the credit commission for closing the deal before the end of the month. To make it even more unnecessary, the client told me she's actually editing her website and didn't know when it would be finished because she hasn't even started yet. That means that this account shouldn't have even come to my team yet because it wasn't anywhere near ready to install. I pulled my boss into a meeting immediately after the call and gave him the rundown. He agreed with me 100% and said it was a huge waste of time and completely disrespectful to all the existing clients and my schedule. He said we're dropping the deal. This is the absolute best news I could have hoped for. All went as planned and sales guy lost the deal and his commission. The only downside is that I didn't get to expose him in our team meeting. We just talked about it privately after with his and my boss. Both sales guy and sales manager acted unfazed and just said they'd follow up, so I'm not sure anything is going to change with his behavior as a result. But I got mine. Oh, and it turns out the account is actually worth $42K. Thank you for watching. Slap that like button and comment your opinion on these stories below. I'm waiting. Write that comment. Seriously. Have you written it yet? If you don't comment, you make a bunny cry somewhere. You're not that kind of person. I know. Anyways, peace out and catch you tomorrow.